let's turn our attention to our weather and what we can expect today and then heading into the weekend. Brooks, good morning.
Good morning, Danielle. Well, today and tomorrow we've got a couple of days to get ready for what looks to be a real wet Sunday with this tropical system rolling right through central Florida. Right now it's a tropical wave. It's mired still in Saharan dust. It's being slowed down by that, and it's over the mountains of Cuba at this point after emerging from Haiti and the Dominican Republic. So it's got a lot of moisture with it, a lot of rain, a lot of storms, but it doesn't have the spin yet. However, it is expected to acquire tropical characteristics and eventually become a tropical depression tomorrow as it moves into this red zone. The Hurricane Center has now designated an 80% chance for development. That's a high chance. So I'm expecting a tropical depression to develop tomorrow. I think later today we'll probably get a cone out of this thing in what will be called a potential tropical cyclone and probably some tropical storm watches and warnings issued for the Gulf Coast of Florida, because tomorrow it emerges from Cuba, makes its way into the waters off of Naples and Marco Island, and at that point would likely develop into a tropical depression. There's a lot of consensus now in the computer models. The spaghetti models are tightly clustered this morning. That's a change from yesterday, and they take it now through central Florida during the day Sunday, making a landfall anywhere from around Cedar Key all the way southward to Fort Myers. Sounds familiar, right? Remember Idalia, how there was a lot of uncertainty with that, but bottom line is that we're going to catch effects. We'll be on the dirty side of the system on the east side, so heavy rain, periodic heavy rain, also the possibility of isolated tornadoes and wind gusts over 40 or 50 miles per hour. There could be some sporadic or scattered power outages. The worst of the weather for us on Sunday. And it's important to understand it's not where the center of this thing goes. It's really the weather to the east of it, which will be all the rain and all the tornado threats. Eventually this moves on. Good news about it moving on is this. As of yesterday, it looked like it might stall right on top of us. If it did stall, our rainfall totals would be really significant, like well over a foot. But at this point, if it maintains a progressive track and it moves along, we should see rainfall, which will still be very torrential and still cause some street flooding, be less than a foot, right? So a lot of the area can kind of handle that a little bit. But I mean, listen, we've had a lot of rain with the rainy season. Water tables are high, and with the flooding threat, the state has issued a state of emergency. Not so much because of that's their forecast for calamity, but it allows them to free up funds and make decisions faster than otherwise. With the anticipated weather coming through on Sunday. So looking ahead, here is Saturday. We're going to see the first bands of some rain coming through, especially Saturday night, and any of these could feature isolated tornadoes. So tomorrow is a Fox 35 weather impact day for that potential. Sunday, starting in the overnight hours into the day, we'll have periodic bands of rain, heavy rain possible based on the current tracks in the spaghetti models, and we could have isolated tornadoes as well as flash flooding resulting from this. So Sunday is a Fox 35 storm alert day. Circulation then continues and moves off into the Atlantic thereafter with lingering rain possible Monday. So tropical depression to form tomorrow, could become Tropical Storm Debby on Sunday, and flooding and rain and tornadoes looks to be our biggest impact. So let's talk about priorities. What you need to do today: monitor the forecasts. Think about supplies. Make sure you got your prescriptions, pet food, some groceries. On Saturday, tomorrow, prep for power outages. If you need to fill up the old jerry can for the generator, secure loose lawn furniture, tie down trampolines just in case. And on Sunday, it's probably best to hunker down and just stay in.